Hey guys, I'm back here for a tip on something that you guys could help you. So what I'm going to do is, a lot of people buy drill bit sharpeners, stuff like that. So one of my mentors taught me one very simple thing. The angle is not as critical as most people make it out to seem. It is. The better you get at it, the more it happens. So I'm going to try to get up here close. So as you can see, this is the cutting edge here. As it comes around, that's the cutting edge. When you go to sharpen a drill bit on a grinder, a belt sander, whatever it may be, you're obviously putting it at the angle. You don't want it a real tight angle. I make mine more flat with a subtle pitch. But the biggest deal that you could actually ever do, and I save all my drill bits, as you can see, it's on that taper. When you go to grind this particular, on the belt sander, which I use, or a grinding wheel, that particular edge on the back leading edge of the cutting blade just has to be below the cutting edge. It doesn't have to be at a 45 or a 30 or a 27. Believe it or not, I don't know the correct angle of a drill bit. I really don't care. What I do is I sharpen all mine. When it gets dull, I'll go over to the belt sander, I'll put a little angle to it, make sure that back edge is lower than the cutting edge. And you'll go over, the only problem that you will come into problems with is if you grind it too flat, the tip itself, you will lose your point. So I tend to use the belt sander, and I'll run it on the back. If this is the belt, like this, I'll usually try to run the belt on the back side to make that point smaller. That's the only issue you will run into. But I guarantee you, I could do a drill bit right now that does not have any edge. If you look at most of a dull drill bit, your rear leading edge from your face will always be the same height as the cutting edge. That's why you're not cutting, you're not making chips. If you can get it, you don't have to be dramatic, but as long as it's below the cutting edge and you can get your tip, you got to make sure your tip, you can kind of get it small, and then you go on the back side of the belt, on the side of the belt, and just kind of notch it just a little bit to make that point smaller. When you go to start it, it may want to walk a little bit, but I guarantee you, once you get it going, it'll make chips like a mill. And you got to watch out, because if you're drilling something pretty hard or whatnot like that, what will happen is it will actually catch, and it'll catch hard. And sometimes I've broke drill bits off it. It's trying to bite into so much material. I'm not a professional drill bit sharpener, but I don't throw any of my drill bits away. I resharpen them, and I have some that I have ground down to where, as you can see, this is the shank, this is the fluted area. I have that much drill bit left. You get your money out of them. You're not spending money buying a new drill bit. Just because it won't drill through something and it's just skating on top, almost friction cutting, doesn't mean that drill bit's bad. If you look at this one here that I've got, this one is fairly new. And I'll show you. So this is a brand new 1/2-inch drill bit. And if you look, okay, if you look, when I turn it, that leading edge to the cutting face is lower. If you want to get critical, you can go buy a new drill bit, figure out the degree, and try to grind it as close as you can. This one I've resharpened. This is a 3/4 or 5/8 drill bit. But as you can see, I ground that. See the point? It's a lot bigger than most people look at. But on a bigger drill bit, it's real easy to put your belt sander back here and make that point smaller to get it started. So that's my little tip for you guys today. Don't go out and waste your money and buy new drill bits. Good drill bits are hard to find. But when you do buy a good set of drill bits, don't think that, oh, just because it broke off, that drill bit's damaged. It's not. Resharpen it, put your angle back into it, and you watch, you'll get more life out of it. I mean, we work hard for our money, might as well let it last as long as possible. That was just my little quick tip. The drill bits I use, believe it or not, are the the most expensive ones at Harbor Freight. And this is a new one that I had to get at Fastenal because I broke one, but they are a nitride. They almost look like the ones that you do buy from like Fastenal. This one has the black cut on the inside with the gold plating. These aren't the solid gold ones. I think these are titanium nitride or something like that. I bought the whole index. You catch it on sale, it's around $100. I think regularly they're 130. Comes in the whole index case. I bought them. I was like, I'm just gonna give them a shot. I mean, nowadays, you know, $100 ain't much. I bought them. It's the only drill index I have. And believe it or not, really good drill bits. I've had mine for probably a little over a decade now. Hopefully they didn't change, but I know last time I was in there, they still have the high-end version, which is like 130 bucks, everyday price. But give them a shot. If you want a good drill index, it's a lot better than going and spending $700 at Snap-on for a drill index and breaking some of the small ones. I'd rather, you know, on that $100 over 10 years, I've drilled tons of holes with them, resharpened them. I got well my $100 worth. So if you guys have any questions on how to sharpen, I could kind of touch base with you and kind of give you a little bit more, I guess you'd say, insight on it. It's not hard. The best way to do it is, if you're learning, go over to the belt sander. Just make sure, as you could see, this bit here, it's not much. It's not a steep angle. You don't want a steep angle. The steeper the angle, the more it's gonna bite, and it wants to like screw drive that drill bit into that metal. That's where you'll break drill bits. My biggest deal, I almost grind, like if I break one or if it's dull, I'll clean up the edges, and you wanna go in a sweeping motion on the wheel, and I always start at the blade and then I kind of roll it. That's what gives it that tuck. But all you want is just a subtle behind the cutting edge, and you just want it just barely to drop off. That's it. And like I said, you don't want a real subtle pitch. I've had some that are flatter than that and they cut well. But what you can do is sharpen one on a test piece. Go get you a piece of steel. Put it in your electric drill, your drill press, whatever, and you watch. This thing will start making chips like a milling bit. And over the years, you'll get more, I guess you'd say, I wouldn't say better, but I mean, practice makes perfect. So the more you do it, the more you feel comfortable. You'll go over to it, you'll sharpen it, you'll put it in the drill, and you'll start drilling. You won't even think twice, oh, do I need to test it? So go over there and give it a shot, give it a try, and let me know what you guys think. I just figured I'd give that tip to you guys. I mean, this is worth $1,000 in my opinion. I don't know how many drill bits I broke prior to getting those, and then once I learned how to sharpen them, that was it. So you guys stay tuned. That's my tip for today. And go over there and hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. Leave me a comment. I'm always willing to, I could learn from you guys as well as you guys are learning from me. So stay tuned, and I'll get some more videos out for you guys, and I'll see you guys later.